I'm gonna show you 3 images of a product.
Out of these 3 main images of this chair, which one do you think that most people preferred?
Stay tuned, because I'm gonna show you the answer in just a minute. Stop guessing. As an Amazon seller, you have enough pressure on your shoulders. So let's take away the stress of having to decide which photos are better. Split testing, or A/B testing, takes the guesswork out of deciding on which photos you should use to appeal to customers. A way to accomplish this is by using Amazon's native tool, Manage Your Experiments, or MYE. MYE lets you test images and other variables live on Amazon to see which performs best. Guesswork is eliminated and you can be confident in your choices. In this video, we're gonna go over how all this split testing stuff works and how you can take advantage of it. So let's go.
Okay, so here we have the results of the split test for this image of the chairs. As we can see, option C was the most preferred choice. But why is that? Well, I'll give you my kind of answer as well. We'll check out some different responses really quickly. So the reason I would say this was the most preferred, if we look really close or we zoom in, the chair looks really inviting from this angle, and it kind of allows you to see how comfortable it is. You can picture yourself walking towards it before you sit down. You also get all of the angles that the other 2 images offer and the box, and you're getting this all in one. So to me, this is the best image because it communicates the product the best. It has depth, it's showing multiple angles. The more you look at the image, the more you're going to understand the chair, which ultimately helps to increase the chances of you buying it. It's all about communication, and if you communicate your product to the customer, the easier it is for them to make that decision. But let's also check out what some other people thought as well. Maybe hopefully saying the same thing I do. Tells me the most about the product, exactly. Like being able to see it from different angles. Looks the most comfortable. Again, that's probably thanks to that close-up of the chair looking as if you're going towards it. C shows how large the chair is, so people are getting a better idea in their heads. And again, the more informed they are, the easier it is for you to make that conversion. Let's see what else they're talking about. Some didn't prefer this one with the angles. I think mainly it shows, it helps customers to really get in their heads how big the product is, and that's really all comes down to communication. So let me know what you thought in the comments below.
So how does split testing actually increase sales? The details of the listing, such as price, images, and copy, all contribute to whether somebody buys your product or not, right? But what if you could tell what price would lead to more conversions? Or which images are going to lead to more conversions? Well, plot twist, with split testing, you can find all of this out. In split testing, 2 different versions of relatively the same image are shown to a bunch of different users. They respond with which image they prefer, and then the results are recorded. Typically, these images, or whatever parameter you're testing, are very similar and differ only by one variable. I should reinforce that split testing is not just for images, but if I'm using an example, I might use images. So going forward, you could probably replace images with other parameters such as price or something like that. So now let me show you another quick example of A/B testing.
Okay, so let's look at this example now. Now, this example, 50% of the people chose one and 50% chose the other. So we actually have a split decision here. It doesn't seem like we can go wrong with either one necessarily, because obviously, every second person is going to prefer the other one. But let's quickly look at why some people might choose one over the other. In my opinion, this one is attractive. 1, because the utensils are going a certain way. 2, I think the lighting and the focus on the product is a lot better in this one. But on the other hand, a lot of people like to see the box. That makes a difference to them. And to me, it could be potentially more eye-catching. You know, if you're on a page where all of them are just utensils, which granted, they're nice utensils, they look great, but you know, if there's a sea of these almost identical images, putting a box can be a differentiating factor for getting people to your listing. So if I had to choose, I think I would lean more towards A. But you know what? You let me know in the comments which one you would choose. Let's just quickly go down and see why certain people chose what they did. This one says, I don't care about the box, which is totally fair. So they chose the other one. Again, the box has quite a few people confused. I think they're just more concerned about the product, as you can see, which is totally fair. So that's kind of for option A. For option B, let's see, this person likes the box. So maybe, again, the box can be the differentiating factor, likes to see the packaging, likes to see the box. So you guys get the idea. In this case, one thing might not be better than the other. It just totally depends. This one, you could go either way with it. But like I said, maybe that box is the thing that catches the people's eye in the sea of different listings. So again, let me know what you think in the comments below and let me know which one you would pick.
Split testing works best when the test takers are your actual audience. With MYE, your experiments appear directly in the Amazon marketplace, just like they would with regular products. That means they'll show up normally when customers hit your target keyword or click on your ads. From there, you check to see which version performs better. Does your audience prefer a shot of the product from a certain angle? Is it your price that's turning shoppers away? Or is one title more appealing than the other? Now, you can find out which version is more appealing to customers. Split testing is one of the most effective and data-driven methods to optimize your product page. Tailoring your pages to your target audience not only increases conversions, but it also creates satisfied customers. And satisfied customers often become repeat customers. So, who is eligible for Amazon's split testing? Well, Amazon's split testing tool MYE actually just has limited access as of right now. The good news is that any seller can get their A/B testing done from an outside source. At the time of filming this video, MYE is only available for sellers who sell in the US, who have Amazon brand registry, and who have a certain level of traffic going to their product pages. The variables you can test through MYE are somewhat limited as well. As of right now, you can split test product images, titles, and A+ content. But if you don't meet this criteria, no worries. You can always use a third-party split testing tool like PickFood. They actually allow you to test more variables like pricing and experimental products. A huge benefit to using one of these third-party services is that you have the safety of testing outside of Amazon. And remember, MYE uses actual Amazon users. So if your sample performs poorly, real Amazon users aren't going to know it's an experiment, and your listing could be in jeopardy. So let's just dive a bit more in depth into what you can actually test on MYE. So, like I said, you can optimize your product photography. Split testing has deep roots in image optimization, making it the perfect method for finding your perfect product image. And at its core, A/B testing is just a poll to see which picture people like better. The perfect product photo depends on what you're selling and who you're selling it to. Amazon split testing answers which product photo is going to work best for your brand. You can test on a small or even a large scale. The next thing we can look at is SEO and product titles. On Amazon, product titles have two jobs. The first one being describing the product to shoppers, and the second one hitting the SEO keywords that are going to make sure your product shows in the right feeds. By experimenting with different titles, you can explore how well your product fits with different keywords. Want to try a risky long-tailed keyword with your Amazon research? Well, a split test lets you test any keyword or keyword phrases that your target audience would search for. You might actually be surprised by what shoppers type in when searching for your type of product. If you feel like your current keywords are underperforming, A/B testing your product titles will let you try new things with minimal risk. Now, let's look at split testing without MYE. Like I said earlier, Amazon's MYE has its limits, but you can find A/B testing elsewhere. Outsider services can be extremely beneficial. Why? Well, you can test more parameters. You can also avoid scaring off customers with testing live on Amazon, and avoid risking the success of your listing altogether. So, a thing you can test is price points. Use split testing to try out different price points so that you can be confident that most buyers are willing to pay that price for your product. A/B testing reveals the best price point to keep you and your customers happy. Next, let's look at engaging sales copy. Just kind of like with product photography, different words work better for different audiences. To see what text works best with your target audience, you might want to try some different versions. Split testing lets you optimize both word choice and text length. Not to mention, you can try out different slogans and calls to action, which are kind of fun. This can be really useful if you're still trying to find your brand voice. Does your target audience want to hear a more friendly and casual voice, or perhaps they prefer something more formal? Finally, I'll just mention experimental product listings. Split testing does more than just optimize your product listings. It can actually optimize your entire catalog. If you're ever unsure about whether to add a new product to your line, simply A/B test it. Every seller wants to grow their business. That's kind of a given. But offering your customers something they don't want could set you back. Bottom line is use split testing to decipher what your customers would or wouldn't buy. To conclude this video, I just want to talk about how you can prepare your Amazon listing for success. As effective as A/B testing can be, it can be a little difficult, especially for new sellers. You may not have found your ideal niche, keywords, or price points. You might not even know who your best customers are. If you haven't mastered the basics of running an Amazon business yet, split testing might put you off and you might put it on the back burner. But that's where AMZ One Step can help. We offer services for Amazon sellers across the board, new and old. PPC management, content creation, overseeing accounts, product packaging, keyword ranking. You get the idea. Basically, anything you need help with, we can help you. That goes for Amazon product photography as well. Your image split tests are only as good as the images you've actually taken. Our photography service ensures that your product photos are ready to actually be tested. If you need help with any of these services, I'll put a link in the description below so you can book a free consultation with us. One of our customer success managers can offer a lot of different solutions to your Amazon business strategy. If any of this helped you and you have a better idea of A/B testing now, please consider liking, commenting, or subscribing, as it helps out the channel. Also, if you have any ideas for topics that you'd like to see me cover in the future, drop them in the comments below and I might just cover it in a future video. Thanks for watching.